I'm local on News 5 tonight. More connections within the city to ease congestion. The first downtown line stations will open on December the 22nd. How this could help make public transport more attractive.
We must do even more to strengthen this modal shift from private to public transport.
The first stage of the downtown line rail network will open on December the 22nd. Transport Minister Lui Tak-yu made that announcement this morning at the opening of the Singapore International Transport Congress and Exhibition. The downtown line will provide commuters with more connections to get around the city centre and bring relief to certain stretches of the existing rail network.
A new land transport master plan mapping out improvements to Singapore's transport system for the next 10 to 15 years has been launched. Among the key elements of the plan is the opening of 6 stations of the downtown line. The stations are Bugis, Promenade, Bayfront, Downtown, Telok Ayer and Chinatown, which are slated to be opened by 22nd December. This will enhance connectivity in the city area as the stations will link with 3 other MRT lines, the Circle Line, North-East Line and East-West Line. With the 5th major rail line in place, Mr. Lui hopes more people will consider switching to public transport over the next few years, with more enhancements due to be carried out as well.
The feeder bus network is being expanded to reduce crowding and waiting times. We will expand the intra-town cycling networks, and for commuters who walk to the train station or bus interchanges, we will build more sheltered walkways to protect them from the elements. To make bus-rail transfers more convenient for everyone, we will build more integrated transport hubs.
Over the past 4 years, more people have opted to use public transport instead of private vehicles for their daily commute. This is based on the latest household interview travel survey. Peak hour trips have increased to 63% last year as compared to 59% in 2008.
Going forward, we must do even more to strengthen this modal shift from private to public transport. And it is our goal to increase this to 70% by the end of this decade.
There's also good progress in building cycling path networks in public housing towns, and the target is for every single town to eventually have such a network. More details of this cycling plan will be shared later this year.
Our efforts to get Singaporeans to leave their cars at home.
The latest household interview travel survey indicates these might be working. The survey found that more higher-income earners appear to be choosing buses and trains over personal vehicles. And they contributed to a rise in the number of peak-hour trips on public transport last year. In 2008, just over half of all such journeys were made during peak hours. Last year, it rose to nearly 2 in 3, and experts believe the key to increasing these numbers is to show people how using public transportation can benefit them.
More importantly is to get the general public to respond to the public transport, because they feel that taking the public transport is really beneficial to them. It will help them to save their travel time and will make their life easier.
The survey found that more people used public transport if they lived near MRT stations. The government plans to have 8 in 10 households live within a 10-minute walk of a train station by 2030. Observers say getting commuters from their homes to public transport is straightforward with covered walkways. The harder part is getting them from buses or trains to their workplace.
Place of work is a bit more challenging because different building owners, different place of work, whether it is Jurong, Tuas, CBD. I think the challenge therefore for LTA is how do I incorporate this last mile into the phase of a revision of our master plan so that for any commuters, it will be very convenient for me to get from my place to work to my place of residence.
The survey also showed that total daily journeys on public transport increased by 13% to 12.5 million last year.